Like what we are discussing. I think we have discussed the what is the purpose of using Python, and also what is the advantages of using Python, what are the applications in Python, and history of programming language we have seen. And if I'm not wrong, we have seen the software installation of Python, and also I have given a very good intro about what is an IDLE. And after completing the IDLE, we have seen the best IDLEs in the market. Like we have a lot of IDLEs, as I mentioned, like VS Code, PyCharm, Jupyter Notebook, a lot of things we have. And in that, we have selected the Jupyter Notebook, the one of the best IDLE, which is available in the Anaconda software. So we have seen how to download the Anaconda software, all these things. And I told you, like, instead of downloading all this and instead of wasting time, we can just work in online. Okay, we can completely work in online. So in online, let's say, for example, we need to go to the drive. In the drive, we need to install the IDLE and we can do our work. Any doubts till there, guys? In that, till the last section, have
No,
any
sir.
doubts till? Think everyone clear, right? Till there? Okay, chalo. Yes, Amber.
Yes, sir. Ideally, sir, are like that compilers, sir.
No. IDLE is not a compiler. Compiler means the backend work done by the Python software. IDLE is a mediator. Okay, so it will take the input from the user. It will give to Python. In the Python, you will have the compiler. Okay,
Okay.
Python compiler will work on the user input and will give the reply to the IDLE. IDLE will take that reply and that reply will be given to the user as it is.
Okay. Okay. That
Got
means
it?
to run Python software, ideally is important, but not the compiler. Right?
నో. అలా కాదు. వాట్ ఐమ్ సేయింగ్ ఈస్ నేనేం చెప్తున్నానంటే లెట్స్ సే
Okay.
యూజర్ ఒక ఇన్పుట్ ఇవ్వడానికి ఒక ప్లేస్ కావాలి. ఆ ప్లేస్ ఐడియల్లీ మీరిచ్చే ఇన్పుట్ ని తీసుకొని పైథాన్కి ఇస్తుంది. పైథాన్ లో కంపైలర్ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి కంపైలర్ చెక్ చేస్తుంది. చెక్ చేసి యూజర్ యూజర్ రాసే కోడ్ కరెక్టా కాదా అని చెక్ చేసి కరెక్ట్ అయితే ఐడియల్కి కరెక్టే రాసాడని చెప్పింది. అప్పుడు ఐడియల్లీ మనకి ప్రాపర్ అవుట్కమ్ ఇస్తుంది అనమాట.
Okay. Okay.
ఓకే,
అంటే
ఇట్స్ ఎ
దీనిలో
ప్లేస్.
కంపైలర్ ఇన్బుల్ట్ ఉంటుందా సార్?
Compilers are inbuilt in Python. Any programming language, compilers are inbuilt in there.
Okay.
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 Thanks.
So, okay, we have done all things fine. Everything is good. Okay. Now we'll see how to use the IDLE. How to use the IDLE. Let's say, let me open my drive or anything. Somewhere I have doing my work now. I don't know where I created. If I'm not wrong, yes, this one. Okay, I told you, come to the drive. In the drive, create a folder. Just you create a folder. Okay, so create a folder, it will be empty. And the people who, and first of all, I told you, you need to install the IDLE in your Google Drive. The people who are not aware, please go through the recording. It will be in your group. Okay, just right click on it, go to the more option. I can open the IDLE. Okay, so I already told you in the last section how to install the IDLE in the drive and how to open this IDLE, everything. Let's say right click on it, go to the more option. You can see the IDLE. I'm opening the IDLE. So imagine you tell me all the work. Let's say I'm opening one IDLE, guys. I'm opening one IDLE. All the Python concepts, for example, see, I opened one IDLE. See, this is one. Okay, this is the IDLE I opened. Now what I'm saying is all the Python concepts, if I learn in this IDLE, will be good? It will be not good. I'm telling you. Why? Because all the concepts, if you implement in one particular notebook, in one particular file, in one particular IDLE, it's not so good. So for every topic, let's say for first topic, I will use one notebook, ideal Jupyter notebook. Let's say another topic, I will use another one. So I can create how many I want. I can create how many I want. So first I opened an IDLE today. I opened an IDLE. So this I already told you, this is how the IDLE looks like. This is how the ideally looks like. So be listen very carefully. You just listen here. Once you open the ideally, this is how it looks like. And today I will give a very good understanding about this one. A very good understanding. Let's say for example, what is this here? What is this? Okay. If you see here, let's say go back. For example, today I want to learn a concept. Today what I want to learn, I will make one file here, one ideally. So for every file, you can give the name I'm telling you. Let's say tomorrow I will learn a new concept. I will learn a new concept, and for that I will give a name. Again, a new one and the name. So every notebook, basically it is a Jupyter notebook. Google Colab is nothing but Jupyter notebook. For every concept I will open a new notebook. That's it. So come here. Okay, see, this is the place where you can name your file. For example, today if I'm learning Python basics means click on it. You just click on that one. See, I'm just clicking on it. I'm going to remove everything and I'm going to write here Python basic. I'm going to write Python basic. You can ask me one question. Sir, you have written the only the front end part. Why you are not changing this one? I, P, Y, and B. Can anyone tell me what is the difference between MP3 and MP4? Can anyone tell me what is the difference between MP3 and MP4?
MP4 is a video.
Yes, MP4
MP4
is
is a
nothing but
video, sir.
yes, MP4 is a video and MP3 is nothing but an audio. Yes or no? So I'm going to tell you one thing here. Here MP is common. Just because of this extension, the data pattern is changing. Yes or no? This is audio, this is video. Entire data pattern is changing. So what I am telling you is in Python, we have a lot of IDLEs. In Python, let's say as a user, if you want to learn Python, there are a lot of IDLEs as a mediator. So you have selected the Jupyter Notebook, which means Google Colab. We have VS Code, we have PyCharm, okay, we have Spider. Lot of IDLEs are there. In that we have selected the Jupyter Notebook. So Jupyter Notebook extension is .ipynb. This is the extension. So using this, we can easily understand the file belongs to Jupyter Notebook. It's an extension. I means see here I will tell you very clearly what is I indentation like information you are going to refer. I means nothing but it's like an information. Py means Python. NB means notebook. Okay, Python notebook. For example, if you just open the notepad, everyone. Once you open the notepad, you see here, let's say I'm going to open the notepad in front of you. Once I open the notepad, I'm going to write some context here. Let's say, for example, see, I'm going to write, for example, see here what I'm going to write. India is, for example, I can suppose I'm going to write like this. And when I'm going to the file option, and if I want to save this file, you can select the location where you want to save. Let's say if you want to save in the downloads, you can save in the downloads. No, if you want to save in the desktop, you can save in the desktop. You can give the name like some work, some name you can give for the file. But you see the main agenda here is what is the extension? The name of the file is work. That is fine. Dot what is extension? TXT. What is the meaning of TXT? TXT means it is a text file. So extension matters, I'm telling you. In the same way here, .ipynb is nothing but it is an extension for the Jupyter notebook. For example, if you are using the VS Code as a mediator, like for example, as a user, if, while you are going to learn Python, if you are going to use the VS Code, if you're going to use VS Code as a ideally to learn Python, then what will be the VS Code extension .py? VS Code extension is .py. For example, Python basic .py. So every IDLE has their own extensions. has their own extensions. Just by looking at this extension, we can say, yes, the user is using VS Code. Yes, the user is using Jupyter Notebook. Okay, this is the extension. Very, very simple. Okay, as a user, I opened the IDLE and I renamed the file. As a user, I opened my IDLE. One notebook I opened, Jupyter Notebook I opened to learn Python, and I renamed the file. Okay, this is fine. Done till here. Next one you can see, let's say, see here, there is a connect option I already told you in the last section. So as a user, you are opening the Google Colab, which means Jupyter Notebook. Google Colab, which means nothing but Jupyter Notebook, and you want to write the code on top of this Jupyter Notebook, and this should be connected to Python. So you are working in online. So in the online, where will be the Python software? So Python. So if you click on the connect, what happens? If you click on the connect, so in the Google company, lot of servers are there. Server means nothing but CPU. Lot of CPUs are there. Your notebook will be connected to any one of the CPU. In that CPU, Python software will be there. Okay, Python software will be there. So in a simple way, if I want to say, you are as a user, you are opening the IDLE and you are clicking on connect. Connect means it will connect to the server. In the server, it will connect. You can work in online. Without connect, you can't. You can't work in online. Just click on connect. It will connect to the Google server. There you have the Python software. Okay, your input, whatever the input that you are writing here, the input will be given to the server, and the server will be giving a reply for you. Server will be giving the reply for you. And you see, your IDLE, your IDLE is connected to one of the server, one of the CPU, and the details you can see here. In that particular computer which it is connected, this IDLE is connected to one of the computer, and the details are here, like RAM is around 12 GB, and the hard disk is around 100 GB is providing for you to learn the concepts. Okay, this is about the connection, server connections. Next you see here, guys. Okay, this is the place where to write the name, to rename, and directly instead of going it and clicking it and changing the name, you can use the file option. In the file option, rename is there. You can use the rename from here also. You can use the rename from here also. Very simple. Next, you see, okay, rename fine, connection is fine. So what about this, sir? Like when I open the IDLE as a user, if I want to learn Python, of course I will open the IDLE in the drive. When when I open the IDLE, I can see a box here. What is this box? What is this box? Basically, this box is known as a cell. Basically, this box is known as a cell. We call them as cell. We call them as cell. Okay, we call this as a cell. What this cell will do? Remember all things you need to note down. Okay, so please note down all the points. Cell means basically, cell means it is the place where, if I'm writing one program suddenly lost the connection, in that case again we need to write the, or again connect the same IDLE. Sudarshan, when we are writing, when we have done some work, and let's say if it is disconnected due to various issues, for example, if you lost the power, if there is no Wi-Fi, it will automatically disconnect. Whatever the code that you have run, it will be like that only. But what you have to do is, once the power coming, you need to again connect and you need to execute again. Code will be like that only. Code will be alive, but you need to connect again and you need to again run the things. Okay. So see, basically this box we call them as cell. What is the purpose of using the cell? Cell is the place where, okay, cell is the place where you are going to write the Python code. You are going to write the Python code. Okay. So what is the purpose of cell? It is the place where you are going to write the Python code. Okay, point number one. Point number two, what is the purpose of using cell? Not only to write the code, but also we can write comments. We can write comments. I'm telling you, comments means what? For example, see guys, imagine A developer is there, for example, a developer is there. Developer has written one line of code. Again, he has written second line. Again, he has written third line. After writing 3 lines of code, he has left the company. He went to some other company, and there is a new person. Like a new person came to the company in the place of that particular person. Okay. Now, if the new person come, if he sees this, what he has written, nobody can understand because one person has written the line, second line also written by him, and one person. Let's say there is a one person who has written 3 lines. He left the company. A new person came. When the new person watching these 3 lines, he can't understand. So, what is the meaning of that? So, we need to write a slash with the help of what is the purpose of this one? Slash. Okay. So we need to write a comment here. So this code, what it does, we'll write a comment here. Okay, we'll write a comment. If you want, for every line, we will write the comment so that if the person leaves the company and if there is any new person coming to the company, if the new person watch the code, he can understand, okay, this line, what is the purpose? This line, what is the purpose? So in the cell, you can write the code and you can write the comment both. You can do both the things. And remember my point, one thing, comment can be written only with the help of hash symbol, only with the help of hash symbol. Okay, that is the purpose of cell. See guys, I'm going to click on it. As a user, see, as a user, I am going to write inside the ideally. Okay, so anything you can write. For example, you can write the Python code. I will explain everything. Don't worry, just see. I can write a Python code. I can write Python code. So cell is the purpose. You can write the Python code. Along with that, you can write a comment. Okay. I am printing my name. Something like this. See, as a user, you can write the Python code and you can write the comment. Two things you can do at a time. Two things you can do at a time. So that is the purpose. Every line, if you write the comment means you can easily understand what is the purpose of writing this line can be learned from here, like a theoretical part. Okay. So you can write anything. Just guys, I'm just going to ask a general question. What is the general question is, as a user, I have written the code. As a user, I have written the code. Without running the code, will it execute? Guys, you tell me.
No,
Without
I
running the
guess
code.
it won't execute.
No, need to run.
Yes. Yes. What is the point here is not only writing the code, you need to run the code. Simply if you write like this and if you sit means nothing will happen. So you need to run it. So after when you click on the run, what happens? So see here, as a user, I open the ideally. Okay. Here I have written some code. I have written some code. Okay. See now you watch me. I open the ideally. I have written some code. Okay. This ideally, of course, it is connected to Google server, and in the Google server, lot of CPUs are there. My ideally is connected to one of the server. One of the server, not all the servers. I'm telling you, most interview point questions. Okay, this ideally is connected to one of the CPU. In that CPU, I have Python. Done. So as a user, when you write the code, it will be here only. It will be here only. But when you run, not only writing, you have to run. When you run, so this is ideally, no? As a user, not only writing, after writing, when you run, what this ideally will do? Ideally will take your input to the Python software. The Python software will check whether the user is writing correct or not. If he is writing correct means it will give a good reply and that reply will be given to us. If he is writing a bad reply, we will be getting some error. The point here is after writing you need to run. When you click on the run only, when you run then only ideally will take your input to the Python and the Python will give the reply. Simple logic. So okay sir, like here we have written the code. Let's say here I have written the Python code and here I have written the comment. Okay, fine. So how to run? Can you see a symbol here guys? Can you see a box or pause button? I think so if I'm not wrong. So let's say this is the button. So if you use this one, you can run the concept. Let's say I'm going to click on it. See, If I'm clicking on, see, ideally is taking, see, within nanoseconds, ideally took my input to the Python software. Python software verified. It is given the reply form. It is given the reply to the ideally. Ideally showing me. Ideally showing me. Simple within nanoseconds. Okay. So cell is nothing but it is the place where you are going to write the code and the comment. So only this option, sir. We have only this particular option. This button is there. No? Only this option is there to run the code. No. Along with this, we have one more option. You can use Shift plus Enter to run the code. So there is no need of executing this particular cell every time. This box, this button, you can use Shift plus Enter. Press on the Shift button. Click on the Enter. Okay, just give me a minute. Shift plus Enter. See, it is executing. I mean, it is running. So whatever the code that you have written in the cell, if you want to run, use the button or use the Shift plus Enter. I'm writing Shift plus Enter. So imagine, guys, let me remove this one. If I remove the comment here, what happens? See, listen my points. All the basics are very important. This is the Python code. Okay. This is the Python code. Okay. Here you are treating this as a comment. You are treating this as a comment, but comment means you need to write hash. But but you are not writing the hash. But you are not writing the hash. What happens? Guys, can you see some red lines are coming here? Some red lines are coming on bottom of that. What happens is, see, very simple logic. Very simple logic. Let me explain you very clearly why. As a user, when you write the code, and when you run it, ideally you will take input to the Python. Python will check whether user is writing properly or not. If the user is not writing properly, it will throw error. So when you are writing, only ideally is telling, ideally is giving you, it's like a support for you, like it is helping you. What ideally is telling, don't write like this. It is giving the warning. It is giving the warning, which means if you write the comment like this, Python won't accept. See, if I am running it, see, I'm going to get one issue. What is the issue? What I'm getting? Syntax error. So this input ideally given to the Python has throwing error. What Python is telling? Syntax error. What is the meaning? Syntax means, see guys, syntax means most interview point question. What is the meaning of syntax? Syntax means a rule to follow to write the code. To write the code. Okay, so whatever you want to write, you can't write in the programming language. For every concept, you will be having the rule. Okay, so what is the syntax? Rule to follow to write the code. Here you are not following the rule. That's why syntax error, which means user is not following the rule. What is the rule? According to the Python, what is the rule? You can write a Python code, and if you want to keep the comment for the line, you need to use hash. Now if I run, see, it will work. Input is giving to the Python is giving me the proper reply. Okay, so this is the purpose of using cell. This is the purpose of using cell. So in the cell you can write whatever you in the cell you can write code and you can write comment. Now you can ask me one question, sir. Only one we can do, like we have only one box. When I open the ideally, I have only one box here. So why only one box? Like can't I create another box? Yes, you can create.
Sir, plus code and plus text. If you want to write text means plus text. If you want to code means plus code.
Yes. So if I want the cell to be created on the bottom of it, I will go to the center. Here you can see plus code. Another box will open. Again, I want to open another one. Plus button. Again, another box will open. So again, another box will open. If sir, I want to delete this box, you can delete. Sir, I want to delete. Please delete. I want to delete. Please delete. Sir, I want to delete this also. Please delete. Nothing is there. So there is no box to write the Python code. There is no box to write the Python code. What I will do, can you see here? Code option, click on the plus code. Box will come. Just 1 minute, guys. Okay. So let's say, for example, you can create how many cells definitely you want. I can create the cell on the top. I can create the cell on the bottom. Anything we can do. Now my point is, see here, I'm writing my name one time. Again, I'm writing. Again, I'm writing. Definitely, I can challenge you one thing, that is, when you are writing like this, I hope no one can see these lines. Am I right? Did anyone try? Did anyone try? Like, if you try means, most probably you won't get the line numbers. You won't get the line numbers. So how, sir? Like, then if I want to get the line numbers, what I have to do? Simple. Everyone, please go to the runtime option. Okay, runtime, not run. Sorry, very sorry, not runtime option. Go to the tools option. Once you go to the tools option, there is a settings option. Go to the settings. Once you go to the settings, click on the editor option. Click on the editor option. So once you click on the editor option, if you come down, you will be seeing show line number. You will be seeing show line number. Just activate it. Just click on that one and click on the save. Automatically, when you write the code, the cell numbers will come. Automatically, the cell numbers will be coming in front of you. Next, for example, let's say another point I just want to discuss with you here is why this online services has been increased. For example, let's say why everyone started using this online. Like previously, long back when I worked in 2018, 2020, we used to download the softwares and we used to work. But now everyone is using Google Colab. Why? Because if you want to use the CPU, if you want to use the CPU, you can use the CPU. If you want to use the GPU, you can use the GPU. So go to the runtime option. Once you go to the runtime option, you can see here change runtime. If you want to use the CPU, CPU. For artificial intelligence, if you want to use the GPU, you can use GPU. You can use Tesla GPU. You can use Google company GPU. Any GPUs are freely available. That is why it becomes very, very famous. And also you see here, there is a thing is available here. Like what it is telling, start coding or generate with artificial intelligence. This particular text is there, which you can see like a, what is like a comment here on the back end, and this Gemini option. These two are completely integrated in the Jupyter notebook just 3 months back. Whenever the generative AI, so when this artificial intelligence like natural language processing, generative AI, computer vision, when this becomes like from the last 6 months, they are booming. Okay, so they have introduced these two into the collab also, like ChatGPT. Nothing but Gemini means the models which is used for ChatGPT and generate. Like if you want to write the code, for example, see, just click on it. If I click on it, it is asking, should I use the generative AI? Like nothing but direct robot only. So just go to click on it. If you just click on it, so see, it will ask you randomly select 5 items from the list. So you can like you can write whatever you want. It will give the Python code. So lot of things has been integrated from the into the collab, into the Google Colab. So no need, like I don't want to use here because you're not AI people, and here also no need. Okay, these two keep it aside as of now. Okay, simply box means the code and file option. If you go to the file option, of course, everyone will get one doubt. Like what is the doubt is, okay, sir, like here I came, I open the IDLE. Okay, now immediately I want to open another notebook. So today topic completed. Today topic completed, for example. Okay, sir, but today I have some time to learn. I have some time to learn. So again, I need to, but that is another concept. Should I open another ideally? Yes. Every concept, please maintain own new ideally. For the basic concept, one ideally. Okay. So I have some time, sir. Can I open another ideally? Go back, click more, click on it. It will open new one. You can go back and you can do from here, or else come here, go to the file option, open notebook, or else sorry, new notebook. Click on the new notebook, a new one will be open. From here also you can open. From the existing one, you can open a new one. And go to the file option. Whatever the work that you have done, whatever the work that you have done, you can just click on the save option. Automatically it will be saving into the backend. For example, let's say if I'm writing some stuff, if I'm writing some stuff here, some code, I am writing some code. Whatever the code that I have written, if I want to save it properly, directly if you return and if you close the internet, it's not good. Whatever the work that you have done on that particular file, go to the file option, click on the save. Simple. It will save the work and it will be lifetime available in your Google Drive only. The file will be lifetime available in the Google Drive only. Simple. Guys, I hope you're following me, everyone. Clear till here? Next option here. Sir, when I am taking my mouse cursor to the middle, I can see two options here. One is text option, code option on the top, text option, code option on the bottom. So in the top, if you click on the code, a new cell will be coming. If you click the plus code on the bottom, a new cell will be coming here. Okay, that is fine. For example, see, I'm going to create two things on the top and I'm going to create total four cells I created. So I'm writing 1, I'm writing 2, I'm writing 3, and I'm writing 4. So numbers I'm writing, or else let's say write like 10, 10, 20, 30, 40. So what I'm doing here, 4 numbers I have written, 4 cells, 4 numbers. I want to take 40 to the second position and 20 I want to bring to the last position. What I have to do, 40 I need to go to the top. So what I will be doing is click on click on that particular cell. Click on that particular cell. Can you see here arrow, up arrow? Bring up, bring up. 40 comes to the second position. 20 should be the last. So selecting the 20, going to the down, see. 40 comes to the second, 20 comes to the last. Okay. Let's say 10 if we want to make to the, for example, 30, I want to make it here. And 10, I want to make it here. Okay. So see here, down, down. 10 came to the third position, 30 make up. So see, I think somewhere click on top, 10 came there, 30 comes here. So like this you can interchange the cells whatever you want. If you want to delete, just click on the delete options, it will delete. Okay, now everything is completed in the IDLE. Everything is completed in the IDLE. Now the only point is when I'm clicking on it, sir, when I come to the middle, there is a code option to create a new box on the top, code option to create a new box on the bottom. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. My point here is, let's say, sir, what is the purpose of this text option, sir? What is the purpose of this text option? I will explain you very clearly. So text option means to write the text, guys. I'm telling you to write the text. So which means, for example, see, whenever you are learning one concept, previously what we used to do is we will write the Python code here, and theory we used to maintain in our physical notebook. Okay, so but what we can do here is you can write the code here, you can write the text or notebook notes or anything on top of it. For example, see, here I'm writing the code. For example, here I'm writing the code. Okay, and for this particular code, whatever you have written, if you want to make the comment, you can make the comment. That's a different story. For every line, this line I want to explain. How I will explain? See, I am writing print condition in Python. Suppose if I'm writing like this, don't worry, I will explain all these concepts. Don't worry. So see, Python code I'm writing, and I'm writing a comment. If any new person come, he will directly understand. Okay, user is writing a code, and what he is writing, he can learn from here. Okay, but if I want to write some notes, if I just want to write some notes uh, for this particular file or for this particular concept, if I want to write the notes, you just click on the text option on the top. Okay, what it is telling? It is telling to double click. I'm double click on it. See, you can write the text. Whatever you want, you can write. You can write the text here, and how it looks like will be appeared here. You can write the text here, and how it will be appeared. How it will be appeared will be showing here. For example, see, I will write some text here. What I will write? So see, I I want to learn. I want to learn Python. I am from Chennai. For example, see, I'm writing some text here like this. I'm writing some text. Okay. So this is how it looks like. Output, see, you are writing input text you are writing. The output looks like this, right side. See, if I just click on shift plus enter, I told you, entering means execution means shift plus enter. Shift plus enter. See, I want to learn Python. I am Chennai. You can see that's why whatever it is showing on the right side will be the output. If you want to make you do some kind of makeups, you can do the makeups also. Let's say, for example, sir, I want to keep it 1 to 3. So you can keep 1 to 3. No, sir, like I want to make it very good, a good approach. So see what I'm going to do. I can do some sim. See, it will looks good. Like any designs we can do it in this. We can create a proper notes. You can create a proper notes like this. I want to bold them. You can bold them. See, if you want to write any bold content, you can write the bold. If you want to add any image, you can add. Like you can add any emojis. You can add the emojis also. You will be having emojis. See, you will be having these things. So anything. If you want italic, like let's say, if you want italic, you can maintain them in italic way. So a lot of things you can do. Anyhow, like how you want to prepare the notes, definitely you can prepare in that way. Sir, I want to do one thing. I want to create header, heading, which means like, see, I will write two things. See, Python basic. Okay. See, heading. Inside that, I will write this. That is the heading, or that is heading. So Python is very good programming language to learn the things. Okay, some stuff I'm writing. Okay, see, this is heading, this is theory. So you can maintain the heading also. You can maintain heading, you can write the text, you can do whatever you want in the text box. You can prepare the notes. So see guys, okay, one hash heading is coming. Let me make it here. Let me make it copy and let me paste it here. I will make two hashes. Can anyone see the difference? You tell me guys. Okay, one hash means heading. Two hash means what is happening?
The font type has changed.
Size, font size decreased. Sir.
Size has been decreased. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me do 3 and let me write the same content. Now what happens? Is it
It's
decreased?
still decreasing.
Okay, done. Very good. Next, I'm going to add 4. Decreased? Okay.
Yes.
Next, let me add another one. See, decreased. Okay. Next. It is decreased, right?
It's as similar as H1, H2, H3 in HTML.
Yes. Yes. So again, let's say for example, if I'm keep pasting here, now see, 1 slash means very big, 2 slash means little bit small, 3 means little small, again small, small, 6 times it will be small. What if I pass the 7th time? See the difference here. 6 times, 6 types of headings. Big one, little small, little small, 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 small. Only 6 types of headings you can create. Seventh time, if you want to create, it will just treat like a in just text only. It won't treat like a heading. It will just treat like heading only. I'm telling you. Sorry, it will just treat like a text. It won't treat like heading. Only 6 types of headings you can create. So if you give the 7, it won't possible. Very, very simple. So whatever you want, for example, sir, literally, I want this size. I want the heading this size means keep 3 hashes. So why is it these many things from where we are getting? It is coming from the HTML concept. It is coming from the, do you know any people like college students or anyone? Did you hear the word like HTML, CSS, JavaScript? From there, from those concepts, we are getting this one. 1 slash means big and gradually going on till 6, it will be reducing. 6 types of headings you can create. Very, very simple. And see here, this I will prove here. Really, so everything I will prove in front of you. Okay, come here. I am opening my notepad. I am opening my notepad. So see here in my notepad, the people who don't know the HTML, don't worry. So I'm not going to teach HTML. Just I'm showing the proof along with the connection between them. So see here, I opened my notepad. Once I open the notepad, okay. Once I open the notepad, so I'm going to write. See, for example, HTML. I'm going to write some. Just give me a minute. Right. Let me write the title. Suppose Python program. Let me close the title. Okay, let me close the head part. Let me open the body part. Don't worry, guys. I'm just going to show. So see here, what I'm going to do is. Okay. I'm going to write H1. I'm going to write H1. Okay, I'm going to write I am from India, for example. And I'm going to close that H1. I'm going to close that H1. Okay. So I will repeat this 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Just make it H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Let's make it here. Closing H2, closing H3, closing H4, closing H5, and closing H6. And next, if you see here, let's say 7th time also I will write, guys. I will write 7th time also. 7 and 7. Okay, 7 and 7. So I am going to close that body from the stuff, and I'm just going to close the HTML. Okay, so HTML, some HTML code I have written. I'm going to save it. So I'm just going to save this in my somewhere in my desktop. In my desktop, what I will do is I will write. I'm going to save something like demo.html. So some stuff I'm saving. So go to my downloads, like where there is my downloads, I can go to my downloads. So if I go to my downloads, let's say somewhere the file will be, see, this is the file demo.html. If I just double click on that file, it is opening in the local host. You can see here H1 big, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. 6 different types of headings you can create. But when you maintain the for 7th time, it is treating just like text only, not like an heading. Same thing they have integrated in the Python. Same thing they have integrated in the, not in Python. It's wrong statement, like it is integrated in the IDL, in the Jupyter notebook. Okay, so from there the APIs are calling. Very, very simple. So you can just do changes or you can remove whatever you want. And if you want to write the text below, you can just click on it. You can write the text. You can write the text whatever you want. And if you want to remove it, you can remove it. And okay. Okay. So see here, whatever the code that you have written here, whatever the code that you have written here, okay, whatever the code that you have written here, if you want to share to anyone, it's an on, you are working in online now. So if you want to share with anyone, you can use the share option here. For example, you have done some work here in this particular Jupyter notebook. You have done some work. If you want to share with anyone, instead of going to the file option, going to the download, and instead of downloading, so what we can do, we can click on the share. We can click on the share option. So you can just copy the link. If you want to give the access to anyone, you can give, or else you can just restrict. You can copy the link and you can share with them, just like a drive link. Just like a drive link. So this is simply about the IDLE, guys. All get, I think, guys, clear, right? I think you got a very good idea about the IDLE. Okay, so now what are the concepts that are going to learn in Python? So what are the basic Python concepts? Let's say what is the intermediate Python concepts? What are the advanced Python concepts? Everything we'll discuss very clearly. Let me open my one notebook. So I will write the theoretical part on the notebooks to share the PDFs. Sure, just give me a minute. Okay, somewhere I will create. Where is the main? Okay, somewhere I will create the files. Python. Here already there now. So I'm going to write a new things here. Python concepts in Python. Concepts in Python. So basically, Python is divided into 4 different types, or you can say, like, let's say 6 different types also you can say. So Python is mainly divided into 6 different types. I'm talking about the data analysis and science people, not like full stack, not like web development here, just for you. So let's say first Python basic concepts. What are the basic concepts in Python? For example, data types, okay, data types, variables, operators, print conditions, okay, conditions, string, list, tuple, sets, dictionary. Okay, dictionary. So these are the basic Python concepts. Let's take something like intermediate level. Okay, intermediate level. So intermediate level means what? Let's say you can like for loops, while loops, okay, for loops, while loops, if, else, elif, okay, elif, break, functions, lambda functions, map, filter, reduce, list comprehension, and dictionary comprehensions. Okay, so these are the concepts considered intermediate. Let's say when you want to go to advanced Python. Okay, advanced Python, file handling, exception handling, let's say class, object, constructor, inheritance, self keyword, polymorphism, access modifiers, abstraction, encapsulation. These are the advanced Python concepts. Advanced, a lot of things are there. Let's say here you can say difference between local variable, global variables, lot of and small concepts are there, little bit, which will be integrated, no worries. And let's say the most important production level Python, productionized Python, so which will be used in the real time. Maybe very important. Okay, so production Python. What are the concepts that comes into production Python? Process. Okay, so processor, let's say multitasking. What is multitasking? Multiprocessing, multiprocessing, multi-threading, multi-threading, OS operating system, SIS. Okay, so these two libraries, along with that, killing processors, killing processors. Okay, so these are the advanced production level Python concepts. And after that, you will be learning the libraries. You will be learning the libraries. So what are the libraries? Let's say NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn. These are the libraries. After that, you will be entering into statistics. Okay, you will be entering into statistics. So in the all the stats part, statistical part, inferential, descriptive statistics, lot of statistical part will be there. All the statistical part you will be implementing with Python. So around you can take around 10 concepts will be there here to implement. So this is what concepts that you need to learn to become scientist or analyst, anything, or different levels. Okay, different levels. Okay, so where are we? We are in the first. We have just software in our laptop. So can we start the basic Python, guys? So basic Python. Slowly we'll go to the intermediate, advanced. Lot of things are there. So basic Python. First, we'll start with the basic Python. So in the basic Python, what was the first concept, guys? You tell me. What was the first concept? Data types. For today, I will teach you data types properly, very clearly. Okay, very clearly. So let's say, guys, in Python programming language, I'm telling you. So in basic Python, the first concept we are discussing is data types. Basically, in Python programming language, we have in Python programming language, we have three different data types mainly. As of now, I'm telling you. As of now, we have three different data types. What are there is, let's say, the first one we call them as integer. Okay, before writing this, let me ask you one thing, guys. You tell me the difference between 25 and 25.55. What is the difference between these two?
Integer and float.
25.55 decimal, sir.
Okay.
25.55 can consider it as double.
Mhm.
Double, double.
No. Yes. So normally according to the mathematics, this is a decimal. This is a whole number. Am I right? This is a whole number. This is a decimal. So, and see here in data types, there are three different data types are there in Python. There are three different data types are there in Python. In that, let's say, if you write a whole number, if you just write a number like this, 25, 35,000, 2,000, 2,500, any number without decimal. See here, any number without decimal is known as an integer. Without decimal, you call them as integer. Okay, this is the data type. The first data type in the market, like first data type is integer. I'm telling you, integer, very much important. Okay, so any number with decimals, any number with decimals, which means like 25.555, 3.222, like any decimal values, you call them as float. Okay, float. So what are the data types in Python? First data type is integer. Second data type is float. What is the meaning of integer? Any whole number. Any whole number without a decimal is known as an integer. With the decimal numbers are there, no, those things we call them as float. Okay. For you or for me, for anyone, we will be having the nicknames in our home. We will be having the nicknames in our home. In the same way, there is a nickname for the integer in Python. What is the nickname? Int. Okay. The nickname for the integer is int. There is a nickname for the float, that is nothing but float only. Some people won't have the nicknames, no? Float, the nickname is also float only. Okay. So what is the third data type? So you see guys, anything. So like there will be a data type which is known as a string. In between the quotes, anything we write. Let's say if I write, for example, 12355. 12355. You can't say it is an integer. So it is a whole number. No, it's of course it is a whole number, but it is in between the quotes. But it is in between the quotes. So what I'm trying to say is anything a user is writing, that too in between the quotes. For example, if I write 2255 in between the quotes is known as a string. Anything we write in between the quotes, anything we write in between the quotes is, we call them as string. I'm telling you. Now you tell me how many data types are there in Python. We have 3. What is the first one? Integer. Second one, float. Third one, string. Integer nickname is what? Int. Float nickname is what? Float only. String nickname is what? STR. String nickname is nothing but STR. Okay. Now you see guys here. Integer means whole number. Float means decimals. And string means, remember, this is very important. String means in between the quote you write anything. Let's say, for example, in between the if I write data, some text I am writing. In between the quotes, if I write USA, in between the quotes, if I write 123 USA, anything you write in the middle doesn't matter. Anything you write in between the quote doesn't matter. It's a string. Simple. These are the 3 different data types. Without these 3, there is no programming language, I'm telling you. Without these 3, there is no programming language. Why? Because what you will do at the end of the day, you will use the numbers. Either you will use the numbers. Numbers are 2 different types. One is whole numbers, one is decimals. So whole numbers means integer, decimals means float. Yes or no? So either you will use the numbers or either you will use the text. Any one of it. So in between the quotes, if I write the text here, string only, no? So in Python programming or anything, anywhere you write, for example, if I want to write a newsletter or if I want to write an article, in the article, what I will write at the end of the day? In the article, I will write the text or I will write the numbers. So text means what I will do? Sir, you are telling me numbers, we have 2 different types. For the numbers, if it is a whole number like 12 means we have integer. Okay, let's say if it is a 12.55, which is a floating value, decimal value means we have another data type float. Then what about the text, sir? I will write in between the quotes. Text only, no? Text is supported. Simple. So 3 different data types, that is integer, float and string. So whether these 3 different data types are supporting by Python or not, can we check guys? These 3 different data types will be supported by the Python or not. Let's see. Theoretically we have discussed, but will the Python supports? Let me go here. So see Python, I will rename Python data types, some name what you want you can. T by PS types. Okay, Python data types. My point here is, let's say, see, I'm going to write 25. I'm going to write 25. See, the logic here you need to understand. This is ideally, you are the user. User is writing the 25 in the ideally. I'm writing 25 in the ideally. When you run, that input will be given to the Python. Okay, in the server, Python is then a shortcut I'm writing. Okay, as a user, I'm writing 25 in the ideally. When I run, ideally will take my value 25 and it will give to the Python. What Python will do? Python will verify 25 means what? 25 is an integer. Yes, integer I will support. So it will give the reply. What reply it will give? It will tell you output 25 only. Why? Because 25 is supporting by the Python, no? So it is telling you like, yes, I will support. See, if I click on enter run, see, this ideally collected my input given to Python, Python verified and giving the output. What is the output? 25 only. 25 only. Why? Because Python is verifying and telling you, yes, 25 I will support. 25 I will support. For example, let's say you want to check float. So you want to check float, see, 45.55 I am writing. 45.55 I am writing. So if I run it, if I just run, this will be given to Python. You know very well about it. This will be given to Python. Okay. This will be given to Python. Python will verify and it will give the reply. See, this is giving to Python. Python is verifying. Python is verifying and it is giving the output reply. Yes, float also I will support. I will support float also. So see, this is integer. Integer shortcut is int nickname. This is float. This is float. Now here, what is the last one? String. I already told you. In between the quotes, you can use the button which is beside of the enter. You can use the button which is beside of the enter. Let's say in between the quotes, you write anything. Let's say if I write USA 123, anything you write, or you want to write the text. I am from India. I am from India. In between the quotes, I am writing whatever I want. I am writing whatever I want. So this, if I run the cell, it will give given to the Python. Python will verify and it will give the output. See, I am writing. It is going to the Python. Python is verifying. Okay, user is writing in between the quotes only. In between the quotes, if the user writes, it's a string. Okay, string Python will support. That's why it is responding positively. Imagine you are writing directly. I am from India. Suppose you are writing directly. So if you give this one, if you run, it will give it, the ideally will give this input to the Python. What Python will think? It is not integer, it is not float, it is not string. Then what it is? What it is? It's not out of 3. It is doesn't belongs to anything now. So immediately Python will tell you, no, I will not support. This input will be given to Python. Python won't understand. Like it's not integer, it's not float, it's not string. Then what it is? It will throw error. It will throw error. See, you are not writing properly. You are not following the rule. Either you need to write integer, either you need to write float, or either you need to write string. Then what is the why you are writing like this? So Python is what reply Python is giving? This input is given to the Python. Python has given a warning for you. It is giving some warning. So this is how the data types has been divided: integer, float, and string.
Sir?
Guys, following? Yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah, can you just go back to that collab? In the camp from India, you didn't give any print condition, even though it got executed.
Print conditions. Okay,
Yeah.
I will tell you. When we come to the print, I will tell you very clearly. When we come to the print, I will tell you. Because if there is no print, also why it is coming. So what kind of things are happening on the back end, I will tell you. Don't worry. Okay. So this is int, float, and string. Basically, these are the data types. Like this is what about ideally and the data types commonly. So you see, the next concept is nothing but variables. So what is the meaning of a variable? So I will tell you very, very simply. I will tell you very, very simply. Okay, variables. For example, guys, you see, let's say you open any let's say, I mean, online services. For example, you have internet. Imagine you have internet and you have a Netflix account and you have credentials. Okay, you have credentials, you have internet, you have Netflix credentials, login ID, password. You can open the Netflix and you can watch the movie. Imagine you have internet. Sorry, for example, imagine you have Netflix account, you have credentials, login ID, password is there, everything is there. You don't have internet. Can you see, is it able to watch the movie in online without internet? You don't have Wi-Fi also, I mean hotspot also. No Wi-Fi, no internet, no hotspot. But you have login ID, password, like 1 year subscription is there. Will you able to open the Netflix and will you watch the movie? No. Why? Because no internet, you can't open the Netflix. But imagine if I download a movie, from the internet to my laptop, if I download a movie from the internet to my laptop, if there is no internet, only charging is there. Can I watch the movie in my laptop? Tell me. Did you understand, guys, what I'm saying? In the online, if there is no internet, you can't watch the movie. Imagine there is a movie which I downloaded in my laptop. No Wi-Fi, but power is there. So I can keep the charging.
Sir, means here internet is like a variable.
No. Okay. So what I'm asking is, so my question is,
No, sir, in this example, internet is like a variable. In example only.
okay, I got it. Okay, so if there is no power, if there is no internet, but if my laptop is having the charge or there is power something, I can watch the movie in my laptop. Why? Because it is downloaded. So what is the difference between these two? Can anyone tell me? Anyone? What is the difference between the downloaded movie and the online movie? Downloaded movie means the movie is stored in your hard disk permanently. Am I right, guys? A movie is downloaded and it is saved in your hard disk permanently. Whenever you want, you can open the movie and you can watch the movie. Okay, you can open the movie and you can watch the movie. For example, if you watch in the online, let's say if there is internet, if there is no internet, you won't get the access. Same way you see here, same way you see. Let's come back here. You are writing integer, you are writing float, you are writing string. Fine. Where you are saving the internet? Like, see, let's say if I download the movie, I am saving in my C drive or D drive or desktop or download somewhere. I will download the movie. It will be in my hard disk. Okay. You are writing the 25. Where you are saving this one? You are writing the float. Where you are saving this one? You are writing the string. Where you are saving this value? Are you saving anywhere, guys? Are you saving anywhere? You are just writing the integer, but you are not saving. If you, for example, movie was saved in my laptop. That's why I can open whenever I want. Okay. So integer is not saved. So you can't use it later. Float you didn't save. You can't use it later. Even the string also not saved. You can't use it later. The only thing that I want to tell you is you just return integer, float and string. That's it. You didn't save it anywhere. So what is the meaning of saving? Why we need to save? What is the meaning of a variable exactly? Okay, when we save the data, where it saves? Will it saves on the permanent data, permanent memory, or will it saves on the temporary memory? What is the difference between temporary memory and permanent memory? These things we'll discuss tomorrow. which means tomorrow completely we'll discuss about variables, data storage, how much data it will be occupying on the permanent memory or temporary memory. So all these points. So till here, guys, if you have any queries, you can ask me, like in the ideally part or data types or anything. Have any doubts, you can ask me definitely. I'm here to help you out.
Hello, sir. So, analytics point of view, since we are learning this all the concepts, so is it like how we alone are, just learning these concepts, or we are importing the data sets and doing?
Yes, yes, we will be learning the data sets also. Let's say, for example, if you see libraries, statistics, and here some concepts will be there for the cleaning part. So let's say very simple. If you want to use these libraries, these are all prerequisites. So everything has a connection. One topic will be connected with the another topics.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. List and so the list and tuples also data types. Instead of calling them data types, we call them as data structures. I'll tell you, Sudarshan, when the topic comes, I will tell you. Don't worry. So still, I think we'll discuss those things in the mentorship section. From tomorrow, we are changing the mentorship timings. Like it will be from evening 9:30 to 10:30. Most probably, I think the team will be updating you about that also, because most of the people are not able to attend in the afternoon. So and trainers are also facing a lot of issues. So we'll catch up. Soonly we will update about that. Don't worry about it. Okay, guys, I think I mean you will be getting the recording and these files are there. No, this drive access also will be given by the team. Don't worry, you will be getting in the group. See you tomorrow, same time.